A very good morning to you. Thank you for coming in. It is Youth Day, so let's begin with your reflections from an artistic perspective on the day and its significance.
Thank you for having me. For me, Youth Day is really significant in that we've had June 16, 1976, a bunch of students, a group of students, a mass, going out to protest against what they believed in and challenging the system. And I think that is exactly what we speak on even to this day. There's a space like the National Arts Festival which has provided us a platform for us to express and become voices for the voiceless. And so I think it's really important to even guide the younger generation into being able to really tap into being expressive in what they need to say. And it's important for us as a youth to just keep using the platform in ways that enhance our strength and skills as performers.
All right, I'm told we do have Nobesuthu ready to join in the conversation via Skype. We'll bring her up. I'm not sure if she's ready yet. Are we ready with her? Let's bring Nobesuthu up. Nobesuthu, I want to start with your reflections then on the arts and their role in keeping the legacy of historic events such as Youth Day alive.
Thembekile, thank you so much for having me. The arts plays a pivotal role when it comes to our young people. And as the National Arts Festival, we're very happy to see that our young artists, they start coming to us at a very young age, and we see milestones that they achieve through the National Arts Festival, and they become fully established artists where they can actually earn a decent living when it comes to the arts.
Okay, Dinsile, are you as a young artist in 2019 South Africa deliberate then in including as much as you can of the country's history in the work that you put on stage and elsewhere?
Definitely, especially with the work that we're working on now, currently, that we're taking to the festival. It deals with history and the protests that have taken place in the country. We want to really educate people of our past because we're so aware that history repeats itself. So it's either up to us to be ready for what's yet to come, to either break the cycle, or to just then educate the younger people of what's going to happen, and so that we're ready for it. And that way we do it through the pieces in which we are really investigating what our history has done for us today and what we continue to.
You have got a piece, I understand, on currently a play at the Market Theatre. I'm not sure if it's started already, but you're also going to go to the Arts Festival itself, which begins in just under 2 weeks. You are focusing on the use of the news media in shaping thought and understanding of history.
It's actually making its debut at the National Arts Festival. It's called Le Journal. It's directed by myself and Chris Juma. And it's just the idea of news happening one moment and being exposed to the public, and then the next, it's gone. And we're trying to investigate, where does the news go to die? And we also understand, because throughout our research in making the piece, and the magic of it is that every single day we're able to find different things that actually inspire the piece. So we've gone from getting inspiration from the newsroom to then finding inspiration from journalism as a whole, and what does journalistic integrity mean? You know, what is good journalism? And finding the idea that when you place a journalist who has good intentions and who's so passionate about storytelling in an environment where they have editorial policies that go against what the journalist is hoping to achieve, what happens then, you know? We're so inspired by Suna Festa's story as well, and how, you know, not being able to tell your story, what does that do? And we're talking about agency, we speak on identity, on propaganda. So, yeah.
And Nobesuthu, I want to come back to you then ahead of the National Arts Festival on the 27th. And you have quite a vast array of productions that you put on over the more than 2 weeks or so that the festival goes on. When you look at audience interest, do you find that the people who come to the festival are more interested in the pure works of fiction, or more of the reflective material that you have on stage that reflects our history?
Thembekile, our audiences vary when it comes to their appetite, and as the National Arts Festival, the magnitude of the festival itself, we ensure that we try and cover all sorts of work that you can find. Because yes, you are correct. There are some audiences that want the type of work where they can actually sit and reflect. And some of our audiences want work that will challenge them. Some of our audiences also want work that is outside the box. So that's why we've got all these amazing productions where they are not your conventional theater productions, where they're happening in these amazing spaces around the festival.
And Dinsitile, when you finally got that word that you would be part of this year's National Arts Festival, what did that mean to you as a 26-year-old who's involved in the arts, such a tough game, to get such an opportunity?
Oof. It meant a lot. It meant more than I can even say. For me, a lot of my journey has been quite rough around the edges, you know. I've had to do a lot in order to actually finally get to this platform like the Market Theatre, for instance, you know. And so it meant a platform to express, and I want to go in on that, you know. I feel like it's such a great opportunity to get there. It's such a collaborative and experimental space to be in as a youth. And I think it's just a matter of, we know what story we want to tell, and the vision that we have, how do we use this space, like the National Arts, to tell it the way we want to tell it. And
all right.
I'm excited.
So a lot of excitement, clearly. Dinsitile Nobesuthu, ladies, thank you both so much for your time this morning.